Here's a fun fact nobody wants to say out loud. There are people in Congress right now, who wouldn't pass a basic emotional stability test. Imagine that. Right now, though, in all seriousness, right now. There are people making life and death decisions who shouldn't even be trusted to run a group chat. These are folks with serious power over your money, your rights, your body, and your future. And nobody has ever asked them one simple question. Are you mentally fit to lead this nation? Are you? Are you? We make soldiers pass the psych evaluation before we hand them a rifle. But we give launch codes, guys, to people who can't even handle losing an argument on cable news. Please tell me again how that makes sense. Part 1. Power attracts broken people. You think that the best rise to the top? That's adorable. I used to think that. In politics, it's usually the most obsessed. You know who doesn't want to control millions of strangers? Healthy, well-adjusted people. What we get instead are egomaniacs who can lie without blinking, stage temper tantrums on TV, and smile while screwing over the public. They are not just passionate. They are emotionally stunted adults with unchecked trauma and a God complex. We don't elect leaders. We elect cult leaders with absolute immunity. And the system rewards it, as it does. Part 2. The job requires a working conscience. Being a politician isn't just about policy. It's about decisions under pressure, empathy under fire, and restraint when you have too much power. But right now, we've got grown-ass adults in charge who can't take criticism without lashing out, confuse cruelty with strength, and treat mass suffering like a branding issue. Well, this is not about political parties. No, this is not about political parties. This is about basic human decency. If your emotional regulation breaks down when somebody disagrees with you, you should not have access to military drones. If you see a school shooting and your first instinct is to protect donors and not the children, you should be nowhere near public office. Nowhere near it. Part 3. This is not mental illness shaming. Let's get this straight before somebody spins it, okay? This is not about mental illness. This is about emotional fitness. It's about being mentally and morally stable enough to handle massive power without turning into a monster. We screen pilots for it. We screen surgeons for it. But politicians? Crickets. Nothing. I hear nothing. No impulse control test. No empathy baseline. No red flags about sociopathy or unchecked narcissism. Hell, a reality show contestant goes through more vetting than most members of Congress. Just think about that. Part 4. The damage isn't theoretical. It's here. We've already seen what happens when emotionally broken people get elected. Mass death from COVID, while leaders push bleach and blame the immigrants. Sadly, children in cages, while politicians smiled for press photos. Elected officials encouraging a coup because their ego couldn't handle losing. Entire communities poisoned, and lawmakers did nothing. You know why? Because poor people don't fund campaigns. That's the hard truth. This isn't even politics anymore. This is pathology. You're watching generational trauma, amplified, televised, and voted into office every 2 years. Part 5, what we actually need. We don't need more charisma. We don't need better slogans. We need leaders who can regulate their emotions, can tolerate disagreement without violence, can feel empathy without focus groups, and understand that public service is not a stepping stone to a media contract. We need pathological evaluations, full stop. If that offends a politician, good. That's a red flag right there. Because if you can't pass the basic psych test, you don't get to lead the nation. Period. Part 6, call to action. This is where we stop being polite. Demand psych evaluations for every federal candidate. Not after the election, before their name ever even hits the ballot. And if that means fewer power-drunk sociopaths in Congress, well, then we're finally doing something right. Tag your representative and ask him, would you pass a psychological fitness screening? Or are you scared of what it might reveal? Because if they flinch, you've got your answer. Thanks, everybody. Next time, we're coming for the disinformation machine. Because even if we fix all the leaders, propaganda is still steering the ship. Episode 5, Media Literacy and Critical Thinking. If you believe everything you read online, then you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Yeah, I said it, and you know I'm right. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your comments and your views, your likes. I appreciate all you guys. Stick around, subscribe so you can catch the next episode. There will be 10 total. And thank you very much, and I hope to talk to you in the comments. Have a good night. Bye.